All right, guys, so Richard's about to crack another barrel. This is bourbon or rye?
Bourbon, 36% rye bourbon, 11 years old, delicious.
Now, Richard, walk me through bourbon, like the biggest difference between bourbon and rye outside of the numbers, because you guys have ryes that drink like bourbons, and then there's bourbons that have almost rye components but good flavor. So what is it that you look for when you're like differentiating? Because right now I've become a rye guy due to the fact that rye's yielded more flavor components.
So on paper, to be a bourbon, you've got to be 51% corn. To be a rye, you've got to be 51% rye. So on paper, that's the biggest difference. But you're absolutely right. We have ryes here that are lean more towards a bourbon drinker's rye. Generally, that's going to be a rounder pour, less citrus, a good bit of caramel on it, a good bit of cherry on it, which is a lot of the notes that people prefer in bourbons. And so when you can bring them into that sweetness, it's not have as much of a citrus hit, no dill, no anise. Just
what is anise?
Anise is like have you ever seen the star anise in tea? It's like it's somewhat reminiscent of a black licorice flavor. Yeah, so similar to that, dill, fennel, things like that. Not everybody likes that.
Yeah, fennel.
So you don't want that to necessarily be popping in your rye, but if you get a nice, sweet, caramel forward rye with a cherry note, most of your bourbon drinkers are gonna go, oh, this is a rye? I'll take two kind of thing, you know what I mean? And so generally, sweeter, rounder, less sharp, more caramel notes.
Now, is William LaRue a rye or bourbon?
William LaRue is a wheated bourbon.
Oh, wheated bourbon.
So there's no rye in it. They replace the rye grain with wheat.
And it's always 12 to 15 years?
Not always. Currently, the BTAC William LaRue's are 12-year. I think back in the day, they used to release a William LaRue Weller that was closer to 18-year-old, but not at barrel strength. I think it was a lower proof down version. At some point in time, they switched over to lower age, higher proof, and then you can get, if you want that wheated mash bill at higher age, lower proof, you can still get a Pappy.
Ooh, there we go, people. Now, we're about to crack this and try it and give you some perspective. And again, I'm learning how to choose barrels, because at some point, I repeat, we do a barrel pick, we drop it, we call the name, and probably gonna be a monarch thing. And I'm here with one of those monarchs. It's funny because, you know, most people don't know what monarchs are. Richard both knew that they were endangered and they were butterflies, and there's an aristocracy component to it as well. And I think we might name him King Richard. Think about that. Hey, we're here with King Richard, the Wizard of Whiskey. I now knight thee, King Richard.
It's an honor, my friend.
And that makes whiskey a little bit more fun.
So this one had huge vanilla cinnamons.
And you were trying to make, what is it, a banana Foster, banana bread?
We thought it might hop on one of those wheated whiskeys that we had, either 829 or 824, and they both had nice banana notes.
This is a wheated?
No, this is a 36% rye bourbon that's 11-year, but this was bringing the vanilla, cinnamon, vanilla wafer to the banana pudding. The banana side of the equation was the two wheated bourbons.
Did you try it already?
We tried to make it. It was not because of this barrel, it was because the wheaters were pissed off. So it wasn't doing the thing. It was more like banana runts. There was too much sugar in it.
Banana runts are disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
They're the one that you always leave behind. You don't want these damn banana runts. I want that red one and them other colors,
100%, man.
The orange one was good.
You ever put the quarter in the thing and turn the shit and the candy comes out? You know what I mean? You want to trade the bananas.
You get a banana to your friend you don't like. You're like, hey, buddy, I wanted something. Like, here goes a couple things for you, buddy, just so you know, can chew on something. Now, this is one of them barrels that, based on the nose alone, when I come in, I'm like, yo, I'll take a bottle of two of these, because it has such sweet components. And I'm not even thinking about myself. I'm like, yo, people will like this one long term.
And the vanilla note on it finishes like any dessert you ever had that has whipped cream. You know, the last thing you get is that like vanilla with sugar on it, but it's like a airiness because it's been whipped, and it does that on this. It's crazy.
Guys, whenever you think of whiskey notes and the whiskey journey, Richard takes your whole mind on a story that takes you back to a time you may have forgot about, because he's literally notating. It's almost like citing your source. He's like, oh, all these sites on this thing. It's vanilla bean. Vanilla, like it came off of a little burnt, mixed with some strawberries. So you're like, but what are you talking about?
Well, and how fun is it when you taste something that reminds you of something that you experienced 6, 7, 8 years ago? And it takes you back to where you were, when you were, what it was.
You have a good memory. You must have had a good life.
I've been blessed. Yeah.
And that in itself is a pleasure, because I'm trying to forget things from 6 years ago. You go, 6 years ago, boy, I'm surviving the next day. Well, I don't remember a goddamn thing. But I do know that this whiskey is good. It has crazy components. And how old did you say this was?
11 and a half.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I normally don't ask age, but you can smell almost that like,
Yeah.
you can smell the age on this
Yeah.
particular one, and it has such good flavor. And I'm still feeling the finish, that little buzz per se. It's like for me, the finish oftentimes is like a buzz, and then you can still taste the flavor and hint almost that whiskey hitting the tongue, from the tongue to the top of the gums per se. You go, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I like this one.
Well, this would be a barrel potentially that I would choose. So part of what I'm going to do is have Richard at some point in time walk me through a few barrels that are literally just good single barrel picks. So maybe we could do two things. But even more important, if I go, wow, I think there's something else here. Let's see what we could blend to make it better, because I like prominent flavors and clear, like a clear path. And I think the blendery does a very good job of giving you a clear path to what's good, what's great, how to make it better,
Sure.
what's going to be a flavor bomb, and how to keep it tasty. Because everything I normally take home, it has to have a unique, like a unique ability almost.
100%.
I want people to taste this shit and drink it and be like, Trev, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Well, it's just whiskey, man. Guys, keep it whiskey, man. Another good pour right here. We just learned something a little bit about bourbon, and you're trying to make a banana what?
We were using this one to make a banana pudding. We're going to try to make a banana pudding. It's been very close, but it's not been close enough to bottle yet. So we'll see if it happens.
Guys, keep it whiskey, man.